Hello and welcome, I am Geran Reaver and these are my first impressions of Flotsam. I saw this on Steam yesterday, immediately requested a key on Keymailer, and they approved it, and I'm really excited to play this because it looks like a cross between Raft and Deponia. From Deponia, it gets the cities made of rubbish and detritus, and from Raft it gets being on an endless ocean and having to build your city from the... what is that at the bottom? From stuff. So enough stalling, I'm so excited to give this a go. This is early access version 0.1.10b, I think. Well, that's it then. Garbage floods wiped away our village. Perhaps we should stop sticking on these useless rocks and go explore. Who needs land? These endless blue waves, that's all we need. The flooded world is our oyster. Let's polish this plastic into perfect pearls. Beautiful pearls, whatever. If only we weren't out of fuel. It has to be the floating black market. Start our adventure. Okay. Okay. Sailboat on the rocks. Some drifters tried making a town on that island. Bad idea with all the garbage floods. A sailboat has been wrecked on the cliffs though. Perhaps we can make use of its mast. Salvage that. Okay. A salvaging boat. Where am I? Town Heart. Oh, the centre of the town contains a general storage and water storage. You have many different resources at your disposal. The first few you can find floating in the water. You will find some on landmarks, and others have to be made. Flotsam is the maritime name given to items floating on the water. Huh. What's jetsam? Markers are your tools for getting things out of the water. Placing them will send drifters to collect the items in range of the marker. Dotted around the waterscape remain several remnants of the old world to be found. If you have a salvaging boat, you can visit these and interact. You can salvage to take what is available, scavenge to find hidden treasures, and rescue. I do really like city builders, so let's see. Sailboat. I'll be honest, no idea what I'm supposed to be doing right now. To build a salvage boat, I need 12 plastic and 3 wood by the look of it. Can I get people to go pick this crap up? I think I'm just poking it. Oh, I see. Alright, get that. Enlarge? Oh. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, go on. Building. To start building, open the build menu. You place it and you have its requirements available in storage. A blueprint, and they'll be placed next to walkways, sorry. There's a swimmer. And no sharks have immediately come out to get him. So is he just going to keep doing that? Can I... How many swimmers do I have? 3? Do I have more than 3? No idea. 5 it says is the maximum, but town population is 3, and I have no houses. Oh, I can make a drying rack, good for drying wood and fish. I can also make a walkway, a small storage yard. Alright, let's put a walkway from here, sure, to there. Oh, there he goes. What is he doing? They have a really weird way of swimming. They like hop in and out of the water. Ah. No speed adjusters. I'm still not quite sure what kind of game this is. I mean, it's a city builder, obviously. Drifter needs. Your drifters can't survive on fresh air alone. Wimps. They have different needs that need to be met, or else they will suffer, or worse, die. They will take care of their needs on their own. There's hunger, thirst, and rest. So hunger presumably uses up food, thirst presumably uses up water, and rest is done in a house or bed. So, who are you? Guppy? There's Moby, Guppy, Watersmere. Sammy Flot. Oh, the floating black market is there. And I guess this is a story. Oh, I see. It needs to be dry wood. So here there's wet wood and dry wood. So I need a drying rack in order to dry the wood, to get dry wood to make things that need dry wood. I'm with you now. Let's make a thing there. So who's my builder?
Yo.
Oh, that's Guppy.
Hello.
Jane Rusty Shroot. Oh, they have things as well. There's Hyper needs less sleep, Torpedo, and Hyper. Cool. Flotsam that you salvage will need to be stored. You can see all the flotsam you've stored. Create more storage. Water is stored differently. Passive producers are constructions that produce items without needing a drifter present. Like the drying rack. So you choose a recipe and it produces it over time. A passive producer will continue working until it's disabled or out of input. So I want dry wood. On. Off. Oh, that's currently on. Right, it isn't turn it on. I guess I'll make some... a small storage yard as well. Alright guys, they're just like chucking stuff out of barrels. I like the aesthetic. It's like cell shaded but at a distance, and oh, that's interesting. Cool, so that's got 2 out of 20 and that's got 100 out of 100. Hey look, it visibly stacks up in the storage yard. Huh. So this seems to be a bit like the resource collectors from Frostpunk. You sort of select them and they'll collect stuff from the area around them. And by that point you need to have enough resources to be able to reach stuff further afield. That kind of thing. Now I have enough to make a distiller. Remove salt from seawater to generate fresh water. I think that's a very important thing to get. Ooh. A distiller's forming up. It's a giant... it's like a giant, what's it called? Water cooler. Or the kind of thing you would find in Kuvak, hint hint. Anyway. Distiller. Quenches thirst of drifters. Looks like it needs fuel. Firewood. I don't know if I have firewood or whether I can just like use woodwood. Firewood, woodwood. I'm going to make a small house because I think I need to start getting some of these. It's a bit of a shame I can't zoom in closer because there seems to be a lot of tiny... oh, look at that! It's like a bed on a spit. I'd love to look in closer at like the pillow and the tiny alarm clock and whatever that is, but you just can't zoom in any closer. Oh, bloody hell, there's just a giant ball of fish under there. Doesn't look like I can get those with swimmers. Aha! Drifters craft resources with wood, like rope and firewood. I'll stick that there. I reckon a snapping tool would be good, so that I can sort of snap it to be as close as possible. Otherwise you're sort of judging it. I mean, that's not too bad. I just think a snap tool would be cool. Look at that thing. It looks very friendly. So I can make firewood using wood and rope. So I'll make one of those and then let's go with 2 of those. Do I have to assign someone or will they just assign themselves? Oh, workshops, here we are. When a recipe has been queued and the needed resource has been dropped off, a drifter will come. Okay. A little more control, I think, or at least some sort of RimWorld style production preference thing, or a job queue, so it can be like, is it better that they craft or collect or fish? You know, if they have 3 different jobs to choose between, it would be nice to dictate in what order. Maybe that is in this and maybe it's just not in the tutorial, but yeah. That would be a cool thing too. And now I have a rope, so now they've dropped that off, I can make a mooring point, which I will stick awkwardly on the end of this bit here. Huh. Sure, let's put it there so it doesn't... oh wow, okay, that's wider than I thought. Sure, it's got a parking sign, brilliant. A harbour where small boats are both crafted and moored. So I want 1 salvage boat, and I have space for 1 boat, so I can make a salvage or a fishing. You'd think they'd be able to pull double duty, but sure, let's make 1 salvage boat, so I can go and get this this thing from over here. Oh, my distillery's going. I auto-queued it. So you can press this for it to just basically fill it up with stuff, I guess. What's he doing? Oh, he's poking it. I thought he was shouting at it. It's like, burn quicker, you bitch. Aha. The Reeling Ketch. Can I rename that? Oh, I can. The Lanky Reven. Captain of the Lanky Reven, I want you to go over to yonder sail and bring me back some booty. Who's sailing it? Oh, it's all Guppy, Captain of the Lanky Reven. Look at him go. With that weird log. Oh, he's docked. So that's all there is. There's just salvage. There's nothing to sort of search for. Ooh. He looks really happy with his life. Just loads it into a barrel. And then he's off again. That's all there is on this place. A mast. You'd think there'd be something else salvageable. Like a doorknob. We can't make doorknobs. I mean, we don't have doors, but you know. Oh, he's going back for more. Good work, Guppy. You are a credit to the floating black market. I thought they said hated production. Yeah, the drying rack's not going to work anymore. It just hates wood so much. Oh, it looks like I'm quite full on stuff again. Oh, I really don't have a lot of plastic left. But I can now make a sails. Ooh, look at that. Alright, let's keep that. There. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. So I guess now we can move. But I want to... Ooh, I can salvage with the boat now. Can I salvage out here? Is that not too far? Go on then. Is that too far? No. No, he's off. Who's this? Guppy again? Oh no, Sammy Flot. Ah, he's much quicker. The lanky Reven is much, much quicker at this. Very good. Ooh, open map. I see, so I can move to these other locations, presumably. Oh, there is some snapping, because look, it's snapping there. But it's like snapping to the joint. It's not actually snapping to the place where I can build it, so I have to leave a tiny gap, which is a bit irritating. Oh look, they're using doors. Oh, I love the ramshackle look of the place. Oh, we do have doors. There's a door right there. And lo, did all of my drifters have beds. And lo, it was good, lo. Oh, crap. I'm so low on water, I didn't realise. Does it really take 2 fuel per 1 water? It does. Christ. That's like... Yeah, there's 1 bit of wood per water. That is a terrible exchange rate. And I'm going to make a fishing boat. Because there's lots of little fishies. I'm going to catch a little nimble fishies. But I need a nimble fishy catchy boat. Not quite as catchy. The song, not the boat. The Noah's Guppy. No, I'm not going to call it that. It's got to be the Fast Stream. It's just a classic boat. What's that? I don't know what that bird is. But... someone go catch me fishies. Yo, Rusty. Fishing in the deep. See, there are all of these other little patches, and I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't collect every single piece of scrap before leaving the area. It's just whether I can survive on the water and food long enough. I'm now out of water. Oh no, I'm not. I'm very, very nearly out of water. Fish dried in the sun, not very tasty, but it'll keep you alive. Ah, because I've got a load of nimble fish, but they can't be eaten yet. I think they need to be dried first. That turns them from a green resource into an orange one. Damn, the fishing boats shred fish colonies. That had 20 in it last time I looked. And that's the second one I've told her to get too. Alright, I was just going to clear the place out, but I think I'm going to run out of food and water before I can manage to. So, there appears to be a person in need of rescue. We should put them on a boat. An abandoned town and villagers. So what do we have? Lonely Island. There appears to be a person in need of rescue. We should put them on a boat. 2 people, in fact. And Shack Town. There appears to be a small abandoned town on this island. We should get some supplies. Pretty sure no one will miss them. And this is a scavenge location. So, Lonely Island. Oh yeah, there's someone. Yeah, this is a post-apocalyptic game. I forgot to mention that. And Shack Town. That looks like something straight out of Flame in the Flood, which this game is reminding me of more and more. So first things first, let's go rescue them. I've got the boat for it. So the rescuer is Rusty. There she goes, making friends. Hey! Hey! Nice. So I guess that means I suddenly have 2 new mouths to feed and water. Sure, that can only go well for my struggling... Actually, I'm doing quite well on water at the moment. I clocked up quite a lot before I left. So I'll also send someone out to scavenge that. So who's going to that? That's... Oh, Shanks. My new one. Who gets tired faster. That's a great thing to have. Thanks, Shanks. Shakes it to the foundations. Dry wood. Anything of importance? No, just more dry wood. Is there more stuff I can build? No. I think I get that from research, which I get from scavenging, so I'm hoping this is going to turn up something, because at the moment, I'm going to struggle to feed every... Oh, research, read that. Oh, yeah, I read that already. So yeah, at the moment, I'm struggling to feed everyone. Ah, so far we've scavenged 3 research points, apparently. Aha! So, storage yard, house, scrap smith, plastic recycler, small water container, solar still, not bad, desalinator, that's probably a more efficient version of what I have now. Ooh, I can afford a fish kebab. Grills fish, simple but tasty. Ooh, how the hell do I get metal scrap? I'm a bit alarmed because I'm not finding any metal scrap out here. I've 1 and I need 14. Oh yeah, low on food, sorry, low on water, and I've got no houses. I think I get metal scrap from looting, so maybe... Oh, I'm getting some canned food, thank God. Maybe I'm going to get some metal scrap by searching the shantytown. Oh, there isn't a button to open up the building menu. If you do add one, and I highly recommend you do, make it B, because that's like the classic one for the build menu. Ah, here's my list of drifters. Can I rename them? Oh. Okay, I didn't get any metal from that, so I guess it doesn't want me to make any metal stuff yet. I am going to move on. Just because I'm running out of time in this video and I want to see all I can see. Fresh water, oil and an abandoned town. That huge barrel towering over that village is leaking water. The unquenchable thirst is finally over. Fill up the reservoirs, boys. I like the attitude this game has. So there is a leaking water tower. There is factory ruins and an abandoned shack. So I need the water, desperately. I'm going to build a second boat. I'm enjoying this so far. It does seem to be sort of introducing things slowly, but I sort of messed up and I spent like half an hour longer than I should have at the first location being like, right, I must collect everything. I don't think that's quite how the game works. I think there is enough stuff. Like in Raft, there is always more crap to collect. And to be honest, my biggest problem at the moment is storage space. I'm having to build so many of these storage places, and I'm almost full anyway. So there's the water tower. There's the vile thing. That reminds me a bit of my time at Porsche, actually. Factory ruins. And there is the shack. And then that's straight back to Flame in the Flood. There are a lot of games that use aesthetics similar to this, but I think this is a different mishmash. You know, it's the scavenging, moving place to place from Flame in the Flood. It's the building out of scrap wood and plastic from Raft. It's the town made of crap from Deponia. I like it. Cool, scavenge the water, so I'm good for water for a bit. Oh, that's done. That was really quick. I was expecting some metal from that. 10 research points, though. So I think I need... Oh, oil. So it's just oil. I don't need to build like an engine or anything. I can just oil my way over. So by the look of it, you have a choice, and you don't get to see ahead of what there is. So maybe this is a bit like Flame in the Flood, where you have the choice of directions. So there's Seagull Nest, features animals. Lonely seagulls need friends too, wink wink nudge nudge. What? A solar still. Damn, that is huge. I suppose that makes sense. But seriously, let's build that there. I'm kind of surprised that thing's not attacked at all and I've not had to deal with weather. It is early access, you know, very early access. 0.1.10b. This is very early access. Look at that. That is beautiful. So ramshackle. It's basically a big tub with plastic over it pouring into a bath. Fantastic. I do again have to commend the little detail of the aesthetic. Like as a giant bottle of water for the storage. There's the weird jittery crane, but yeah, lots of love has gone into the design in this game. So now I've got the oil. To be honest, I should stick around here and collect all of this stuff as I'm basically out of resources, but I want to see what the animals are, seeing as there's sort of a thing here, so I'm going to move on now. Seagull nest. Stefana. And there's kelp, so I guess... Oh, raw seaweed, so I guess that's another thing that could be used. And metal scrap. So first of all, rescue Stefana. We're coming for you, Stefana. Hold on. Try not to do whatever it is seagulls do. Okay. Place a scavenge buoy for seagulls. Oh, is that like another way to collect stuff? That's unusual. Surprised there's no tooltip for birds. So, what will you scavenge? Can they scavenge outside the range? What's this then? Hungry hippo gets hungry faster. Can he just like carry one thing at a time? Is that what he... Yes, okay. So that's basically borderline passive collection. So it doesn't take one of your people, but it's barely worth doing. Okay, well, that's interesting. I'm going to leave it there. This is a very interesting game. I like the things it does, and I'm fascinated that there are things that I've not touched on yet, like the different research and whatever seaweed is used for. This looks like a very interesting game with... I keep saying interesting. Sorry. This looks like a fascinating game with beautiful little detail in the design work. This is Flotsam. It's available on Steam. Go check that out if you like the look of it. Let me know if you want to see more. Also, remember that if you want to have your say on future first impressions, please consider pledging to my Patreon linked in the description. And I will catch you later.